Hey guys, happy Thursday. It is July 23rd. It's 9:07. Market opens pretty soon, so let's get right into our top-down analysis. So coming on the daily, price is still stuck. We're still stuck. And as long as price is in this area, I'm not trading it. I need to see price break this trend line and this key level, and then for sales, and then for buys, I need to see price break this key level here. So until that happens, there's no trade for me. Why? Because price can hit this trend line and then continue pushing back up. Price can hit this key level and continue pushing back up. If I'm aiming for sales, that's not what I want to be a part of. I want price to have room for me to take a trade. And right now, there's no room. There's no space. And I'm not forcing a trade from here to here. Because anything could happen. It could wick, turn right back around. And the way this market moves, this NASDAQ, is very volatile. So 100 points in a blink in an eye can be gone in 2 seconds. So, yeah, no thanks. So on the 4-hour, price did break structure, then came back, tapped that zone, and continued down. So that's nice. For the hour, like I said, price did break structure. It didn't come back up and tap on the 1 hour, but it did on the 4-hour. So there could be a potential for price to come back here or not. But like I said, we did have it on the 4-hour. So, and then on the 15-minute, again, price broke this structure. It did come back and tap. Price is on the move. Price is on the move. It's already at this trend line, basically. So the first thing I would want to see is how price will react to this trend line here. Brighten it up a bit since we're here. I want to see how price would react to this trend line. So we're almost there. It's the first thing I want to see. We do have this zone here on the 5 minutes. So let's mark that. So we might can get a little something. Potentially. And since price is selling, this is a supply zone. So let's see. I feel like I haven't, well, I don't feel, I haven't recorded in a minute. Between trading with the group and the market moving wonky, it haven't really been nothing to record. So I'm hoping we can get something in today because it's been, I feel like 2 weeks now. So I'm about ready to record something. And today would be the day to do it. So market opens in what, 10 minutes, 9 minutes? Let's wait for market to open. If we get this tap before market opens, then we just have to wait for another opportunity. But I'm gonna get myself set up and I'll be back once market opens. So market is now open. No, there we go. Market is now open. We got a new type of zone because of this breaking structure. So we want to see price close outside the zone, come back, tap the zone, and continue down. But again, we are at this trend line, so I'm not too eager in this key level, so I'm not too eager to just hop in. Let's see what price does, and then we can look for an entry afterwards. Because price can easily hit this trend line and turn around. So we don't want that because buyers can easily step in. Okay, that zone's invalid. Let's see if it's going to come back and tap this one. Okay, we are starting to approach this zone. In order for me to want an entry into this zone, I would need to see price tap the zone and then close outside of the zone. If price closes inside the zone, I won't be getting in. I barely even want to get in now. But let's see. That's the tap. Let's go to the 1 minute. I'm still on the 5 minute. Okay, that zone's invalid. So moving to the next zone. Or we'll just wait for, like I said, a breaker structure and yeah, a new zone. Oop, there it is. Can y'all, I think y'all, yeah, okay. Right now, I'm just waiting for, really, I want to see price break this trend line, break this key level, retest, and then continue down. It doesn't have to. It can, turn around and do other stuff. But for me personally, that's what I'm waiting on. Because as you can see, it did a little something, something and turned right back around. So I'm not eager to take any trades around this area. I would want to wait for the break for the continuation to the downside. I was thinking maybe price would want to come back up to this 1 hour zone. It tapped this 4 hour zone already, so you don't have to. But if I don't see that, I don't think I'll take a trade. I'm not really interested in buyers. I feel like if buyers was going to do something, they had the chance to appear, and they did not. So, and we already got a minor breaker structure here. We got a minor breaker structure here. This would be the breaker structure, a major breaker structure. So, not really interested in anything outside of that. Did y'all have anything that y'all saw maybe differently, or is it pretty much the same? Or are we quiet today? I'm not gonna lie, I'm quiet. I'm not feeling good. Oh wow, so it can pop up. Yeah, it's very quiet on the creek today. And I'm okay with that. Sometimes it's gonna be like that. Discipline. Okay, I had to charge y'all because y'all finna die. Discipline. What about discipline though? Because it's like different things. There's like the emotional discipline. There's like mental discipline as far as like trusting yourself. What would you say you struggle with as far as discipline? Like, or actually, let's start with what trade did you take? Or you can tell me which one it could be. Huh? Kinda. Sound like an alien. Not gonna lie. What I could say about until you're ready. What I could say about emotional discipline though, that comes with sitting. So I noticed one thing. I said it on the all right, Noah. Come here. Let's get away from the window. I had noticed on the last, I wonder what trade that was or what day that was. That last trade that I took was, oh yes it did. The 20th. So 3 days ago. The last trade, that trade, what was I finna say? That trade made the first trade I took, I hopped out. And even though it would have still hit my stop loss, it built almost like this, almost like, hold on, I'm gonna read that in a second. It built almost like this, or it not even built, it reactivated this thing inside me that I used to do where I would be, because when I first started trading, I would hop in and hop right out. Like I wouldn't even stay in a trade like a minute. Like I would hop in, hop out, hop in, hop out. During the same play, just because I was scared to lose money. I'm not saying that y'all are scared to lose money or anything, but and so how I got over that is I would just sit. Like I had my process, I did my setup, I knew my number, and I would just sit and I would let it play out, because a lot of the times I realized when price did come into the red, like if I did catch an entry that probably wasn't the best entry and it would come into the red, if I sit, it will usually turn back around. But if I hop out too early and then I try to catch a better entry, I would have to recover what I lost and then some, and then still try to get some, which would make me try to go for more and just make it a thing, even more emotions. So I feel like as far as like emotional discipline, I think it comes with being okay with once you did your process, as long as you know you follow your process, as long as you know you have your number, so you know what you already are willing to lose. Once you enter that trade, that's it. I just think about it like once I entered a trade, I already lost the money. Like the $100 is already gone, $200, $300, it's already gone. I'm already okay with losing it, because that's what I've told myself. I'm risking this. So I think that helps with the emotional discipline, is knowing that the money you put in, whatever number you put in, you have to already know it's gone. It's gone. Once you're okay with that, it helps with the emotional discipline. Now, emotional discipline may not be your thing. So let me read what you said. Hold on. I took too many over trading. That's a greed thing. You already know that. If I lose, I just can't take my L. Sometimes revenge trading. That's emotional trading. I'll know where price. Okay, so if I lose, I can't just take my L. Sometimes I'll know where price is going, but it's not ready yet, and I'll keep trading my buys until trying to get in early on the move. You just said it. That's it right there. You keep trying until you keep trading your buys, trying to get in early on the move. That part right there. Do you know what type of trader you are? Okay, so aggressive traders, they get in and they know. So I would consider aggressive traders people. So like, let's say, I'm gonna use this right here for example. Okay, let's say price broke structure. Okay, let's just use this. Price broke, this candle broke this structure. This is my zone. Came out of this zone. An aggressive trader would already be in this trade. They got in as soon as this candle tapped. They're already in the trade. With an aggressive trader, it's a high risk, but it's also a high reward. Because they got in so early, price can easily hit stop loss, easily. But because they got one of the best entries, if price went the other way, they will also get one of the highest rewards because they have one of the best entries. Then with conservative, which is what I would consider myself, is I would wait till this candle closed, and I would want to see the candle close outside the zone. Or if this candle, like how this candle is pushing in the zone, once this candle push in the zone and start pushing back out, like sellers start taking back control of the market, I would wait for momentum coming back out of the zone and then hop in. That's more conservative. But with conservative, I'm not getting that better entry. I'm not getting the worst entry, but I'm not getting the best entry too. Because if I wait for the candle to close and the candle close all the way here, I have to be okay with knowing my stop loss will be bigger. Can I manage my stop loss and make it smaller? Yes, but also no, price can still come tap me out, but still be in the zone and continue back down. So you still have to be okay with hitting your number on your stop loss, but also whatever amount it is away from where you entered at. So that's conservative. And then safe would be, okay, let's say the candle closed outside the zone. So right now, I still wouldn't even be in this trade. But anyways, for safe would be the candle closed outside the zone. The next candle pushed past the candle that closed outside the zone. That's safe. So with that one is your stop loss, again, will be bigger unless you manage it how you want to. But your take profit will be a lot smaller. Just because it's a safer entry, you're farther from the zone, so you're closer to the TP, wherever that number is for you. I feel like that's important to know what type of trader you are, so then you know what type of entries you're looking for. Because with an aggressive trader, they're getting in as soon as, like, if this was their zone, they're already in it. They're okay with sitting. Another example, or how I try to explain it when I was first trying to learn it, I compared it to, like, this might sound confusing, but I compared it to like flights. So I know Spirit is a more aggressive type of flight. You can get the best price. You're going to get it at the best price, but it's going to come with some turbulence. Yeah, I have to be okay with some turbulence. I have to know, like, okay, I hope it still make it to TP. And it usually does. And then I get it for the best price. But if it don't, I didn't lose. I mean, I lost a lot, but I hope I didn't blow my account because I knew my number. So that would be like aggressive. You're going to have to be able to sit through all of this. And it can still turn around, but it could hit TP. It can hit your stop loss too. So that's kind of aggressive. Conservative would be more like JetBlue, American Airlines, Delta, stuff like that. It's going to cost you a little more. But the quality of the trade could be better because we've already been through, like, the turbulence and all of that already happened. So by the time it start pushing out, we are expecting price to just flow to TP. Could it still hit another area, consolidate? Yes, absolutely. But for the most part, we should be out of the zone. That's conservative. And then safe would be like your private jet. So you have more control. Like you're already in the wind. You're already in flight. You're already, I don't know. I've never been on a private jet, so I don't really have the experience to explain it. But if you catch my drift, like it's gonna be quick. It's nothing too crazy. You're not rushing. You're waiting. You're patient. Like it's a safer, less anxious type of ride, I'm assuming. So that's another way to look at it. See, look like this. Not to say this can't still turn around. It could still continue back up. But as a conservative trader, or type B, I don't know. As a conservative trader, this is what I would want to see coming outside the zone. And once it starts, I'm probably already in it. But me personally, I like to see that close outside the zone. Again, this is still risky because it can close outside the zone and still turn back around. Price can do whatever it wants. But based on like the ratio, more than less, when price goes out the zone, it's usually like an indication like, okay, price, the sellers are back in control. Price should be able to continue down. But we are in a weird area, so this example probably won't be the best, but it could be. I don't know. But yeah, we would be in the trade. This would be a conservative entry. If you were doing it with the momentum, we would already be in. But if you're waiting for the candle to close, this is what I mean. You'll be farther from the zone. It's not the best entry. Like the aggressive people, they will be up right now. They would already be up. We would just be getting up, or we probably still wouldn't even be in this trade. So I feel like that would help with, I think your thing is your entry type, like the type of entries you're taking. Because yes, it comes back to your thing and you're just in it, but where are you getting in at? Are you just getting in because it came back to your zone? Or do you know why you're getting in it? Are you typing? Hold on. I wish it. She said I'm aggressive. That's okay. You just gotta nerve regulate. See, look at it. See? And that's why I wait for the close outside the zone. Because I do not want to see that. I do not want to see that. But that's just me personally. Because my nervous system can't handle all of that. But anyways, let me see. Yeah. So with aggressive, you just have to be able to sit. You would have to be able to, all of this that just happened, you will be in all of this. And you just have to be okay. That's why I mentioned the other day, because I'm like, once I started back that, like, that's why I was like, you should have never told me that. Because now it's like a habit that wants to start. Like every time it's in red, hop out. No, because look, let's say this did play out to, let's say our line was here. Let's say it did. I would have lost money and have to recover it just to get here when I could have just sat. Just saying. But again, this is not a real trade. So, but that was just an example. Let me see. Sometimes I know where it's going. Sometimes I don't even wait. I know. I feel that. I really feel that. Because I be having them same feelings. But that's when it comes to just stick. You have to stick to whatever process you choose to follow. You literally have to focus more on the process than the profits. If you focus more on just following every single step that you have, the profits will follow. 100% of the times, no, I would never say that. But more than likely, yes. Especially if you just stick to the process. And that's the main thing I want to go over, or I want to ingrain in whoever joins the challenge. We're not yes, I don't want to say we're not aiming for profits. We're honestly aiming to stick to each step. If we don't have a bias, if we come in talking about something, I don't know what direction, we're not trading. We need a direction. Before we do anything else, we need a direction. If we have a direction and we don't have a breaker structure, like right now, I don't have a breaker structure, I'm not trading. So even though this looked good, even though this could be potential, this wouldn't be enough for me to get in. I need to see a breaker structure. Same with the zone. If it didn't tap, if it kept going and I see the momentum has fallen, but it never came back to tap my zone, I better hope another zone gets made, because that's just another opportunity going. I don't have to catch every opportunity, because there's always going to be an opportunity. So even though price is falling all night, it's okay. There will be another day price will fall. Same with your stop loss and take profit. Me personally, I'm going back to, I'm not going to hop out, because that's teaching my nervous system that I'm in danger and there's nothing happening. Like, this zone is my buffer. It's letting me know this is how much I'm willing to lose. If I know my number is 70, I'm not going over 70. I'll probably even push it down to 50. Like, I'm not going over 50 points. I'm not going over 70 points. I'm not going over 100 points. Because that's how much I've already told myself I'm willing to lose. Once I enter the trade, if I told myself I want to lose $100, or I'm willing to lose $100, if I'm down 20 points, I'm down 20 points. That didn't hit my 100 yet. So I have to be willing to sit until stop loss or TP. And that helps regulate your nervous system, because that's one of the biggest things I think that helps with trading, especially with the emotional side of it, because trading can get a little emotional, and that's when over trading comes in. That's where the greed comes in. That's where all that other stuff comes in at. It's the emotions. It's the emotion. Let me see. How you doing all this typing and driving? Wow. Okay. I'm too attached to the outcome about the process. That's why I like how you trade, because you stick to the process every single day. You trade with abundance. I trade with scarcity mindset. NEB. Yep. You literally, so you know this. You're already aware. That's the first thing. You're already aware. So now that you're aware, all you have to do now is just focus on the process. Look, you, like literally, if you being aggressive, if you were in this trade, you would still be in this trade. Again, this is not the best area to show this example, but for the sake of the example, I'm gonna just keep saying it because it still didn't hit stop loss. Let me set it up all the way. Again, not the best example because I don't like where we are, but okay, you're not gonna make me push ahead. You're not gonna push me ahead. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Because they can be like, what are you talking about? Nothing. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. They playing though. It shouldn't take this long. Please. Because me personally, once it closed outside this zone, I would be in it. So the aggressive people are in it. The conservative people are in it. And right now, the safe people are still not in it because it would have to push above this candle here. So it's just the aggressives and the conservatives right now. It's coming though. It's coming. Hopefully. This trend line is tricky. I do not like trading near here until it break or until it bounce. And right now we got neither. And then another thing is, I think because when I first started, I didn't know what I was looking for or looking at. I didn't even know about the tool with the positions. So I would literally would just aim for I just wanted a candle. I didn't know anything about, oh, price can get to this level, or I didn't know none of that. I just knew I just needed a candle to make some money. So I would try to aim for different candles, and I would get caught in candles like this. I didn't know about consolidation. I would get stuck in candles like this. And then one day I seen a huge candle. It was like one of them bad boy candles, like a huge candle. And I didn't even know candles can get that big. And I was like, oh, I want to be a part of one of those. Ever since then, I was pregnant at the time as well. So at that point, I didn't have no choice but to sit and just watch the charts, because I was in my last trimester, my last few weeks. So I was just watching the trade, and I would see like after a certain period, once price breaks, it'll have these big old candles. And I was like, ooh, I want to catch those. That's when I was like, okay, those are more, that's when I started hearing about quality trades. And not quantity, like quality over quantity. And that's why I was okay with missing opportunities, because if I know a candle in this type of market can move like this in 5 minutes, I don't want to sit through all of that. I want to catch one of these. I want to be in and out, because that's what my nervous system likes. It don't like sitting in all. It shouldn't take 5 minutes. I know that sounds crazy, but once you like know yourself, you'll know how you like to move in the market, and you won't let the market just like string you along and tease you, and because you know what you like, so you know what you want to see, you know what's going to get you stirred up. You're not going to let the market just steer you up. You're going to have some type of control, like self-control. Because at the end of the day, we don't make up all these people. Like, we're just one person out of all of these thousands of people or millions or whoever. So I'm not about to have these people steering my emotions every single day. If I don't like my kids steering my emotions, I'm not going to let these markets do that. And then have me out here just, I did that. And I said I don't ever want to feel like that again. So that's another thing. I want to try to catch these type of moves rather than like these. Like, it's still down, yes, but this one's more nerve-wracking than this. Like, I'd rather wait for the drop. But sometimes we miss the drop. But that's when I go to the 1 minute. Because usually on the 1 minute, that's where you can get an entry on those drops. On the drops with momentum. That's when you can get like one of the best entries. But you just got to be there to catch it. This thing is wicked bad. I don't know if price want to fall for real. If it can push past here, this would be the safe people will now be entering. But also, don't you won't get discouraged. I don't think you will. But for lack of better terms, don't get discouraged, because the more times you do that, like the more times you do those bad actions, it's almost gonna become disgusting to you. Like, especially because you're already aware, it's gonna be disgusting to you. But in the same breath, you're putting in your reps. Like, I don't know if you remember the other day when I was talking about like the basketball analogy. Again, I'm not a sports person, so I don't know all the right terminology. But I know the person that goes to practice more and actually put in their reps, they're going to get better or become better, or because they're practicing more, they're going to be better than the person that just come when they want to come, shoot 2 shots, then be on their phone, go sit on. They not getting better. Unless they just lucky and got it like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the average person. The person that comes in and put in their reps, they're going to be better. They're going to have a higher, on paper, they're going to have a higher amount of attempts. They might have a higher amount of shots actually hit. And they might even have a higher loss because they put in more attempts. But they're getting better rather than the person that barely comes, barely show up, barely try. You're putting in more work. You're putting in more effort. Eventually it's just going to hit. So don't get discouraged. Again, I'm not comparing to the person that's just, they get it, they got it, they good. I'm not talking about that person. I hate trading in the car. Well, I don't. Trades be working out better in the car, but you also know why? Because we're not like sitting there being hyper vigilant. Can I talk? Vigilant on the charts. We're not super focused on it. We're not looking at every tick and every jump and every flick of the candles. We look to see where it is. We get back on the road, move, get to a light, look at where it is again. It's like, oh, okay. I feel like trading in the car is better because we're not overly focused on how price is moving. So we're not getting caught up in the hype of, oh, it just hit up here and then it turns right back around, or whatever the case. We're giving it space. It's like a healthy relationship with the charts. I don't know. That's how I would explain it. That was what? That was emotional discipline? Mental discipline? That would be more so when it comes to your process. So like not cheating yourself, not like, for example, when you go to the gym, you know you're supposed to do 10 reps, but you only do 9, and you think like that's like integrity, like doing what you're supposed to do even if no one's looking. That's like if you know that you only want to take 2 losses in a day, take your 2 losses and get off the charts. Like, don't be still trying to sit there trying to recover your money because you just so sure price is going to go in the direction. That's the mental discipline. Like those character building skills, that's mental discipline. So that just comes with, again, doing what you're supposed to do even when no one's looking. If you have 3 rules that you stick to every single day, you stick to those every single day. That's going to build your character when it comes to trading. That's mental discipline. So if you know that prayer helps you, you pray. If you know that journal helps you, which I feel like journaling helps anybody, it's just whether it's written or spoken or recorded. Anyways, journal. If you know you don't want to even lose one time, you lose one time, you're done for the day, you're done for the day. If you know, if watching the charts after a certain, like me personally, watching the charts after 11 or staying on the charts till after 11, I don't know what happens, but my body get like real glitchy. I gotta get off. I gotta close the chart. I can come back later, but I gotta close it. I've been sitting here too long. Now I'm about to force it. Now I'm about to find a opportunity. Like, I know 11 o'clock, I gotta close the laptop. Stuff like that. That's mental discipline. So those are like the more action, the things that creates the actions, like the thoughts that creates the actions. Those are like the mental discipline. If you know, it's something, another one is if you know, like, you're saying, I don't like this, but you still trying to trade it anyways because you're just so sure price is going to fall. That takes mental discipline to just not do it until you're confident. Don't get in unless you're confident. If you're not confident, don't get in. And then even if you aren't confident, but you're confident in the direction, don't get in. Because in the same breath, even though you know you're right, you're not confident. And doing something with no confidence is only going to keep building unconfidence. Rather than building your confidence, it's making you stronger. It's making you not go for just every single opportunity. We don't need every single opportunity because this is already an opportunity that gives us more money than a regular Joe. So it's like we don't have to force it. We just have to work on ourselves so when the opportunity presents itself, we can be our best selves in that opportunity. So that's another thing. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me see. It's already disgusting. Disgusting. I'll be so bad after it's like a blackout and boom, front of the account going. I'll be punching the air, and that's the thing. I'll be overconfident and be loud and wrong, crying on the creek. You're too funny. I don't mean to laugh because I know this is not. It's not funny, but you're funny at the same time. She said crying on the creek. I'm screaming. Look at it. Look at it. Hold on. Teasing. The safe people gonna get in right here. I feel like, and you'll probably hear me say that too. Like, oh, once it push here, we're good. Cause that's the safe people. When I'm saying that, I'm saying that means all three of the type of entries are now in the trade. We should be good to go. That's what I be thinking. So look, let's see. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends now, cause I said it. Cause you be acting funny. Let's make it yellow. It just hit. Let's see. Now the safe people in. Let's see. But the aggressive people should be up. Again, we are this trend line. Please. This is not. This is for YouTube. We are on. This is a fake setup. This is not even a real setup. Please. There was no breaker structure. It's just an example. Oh my gosh. Come on, safe. There it is. See? You know how many times probably would have hopped out? This one would have got me for sure. But if we would have just waited, the zone is pretty big. So that 1-to-1 is kind of big. But yeah, that's it. So even though I do understand the hopping out, I think I'm going to go back to not hopping out. Just because it helps regulate my nervous system. And more times than not, it happens like this. If I'm hopping out, I got to recover that if I try to hop back in. I don't want to recover nothing. I just want what I want and I want to get out. That's it. So, yeah. Okay, what did you say? My bad. Hold on. I don't take nothing serious either. Yeah, but there is a thing as being overconfident. That's called being cocky, being arrogant. And I think that's why I say price does whatever it wants. Because I never want to be Just like I just know for sure this is going to happen. I don't know for sure because I have no control over any of this. I can't do nothing. There's no button I can press. There is nothing I can press to make it happen. I just got to be patient. So yes, we can, be right. Yes, we could be predictive, but we don't know. I said we could hit the 1-1. We still ain't hit it. And it ain't nothing for me to do to help us hit it quicker. We just got to be patient. So that's the only thing that helps with confidence. Whatever it is that you're super confident about, say something or find something that kind of humbles you. For me, it's price gonna do whatever it wants. I can't control price. I can just control my entries. That's it. And I control my stop loss and my take profit. That's all I can control. That's all I want to control. I don't know which way it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to get there. I don't know how quick it's going to get there. I can't do nothing to change it. So that keeps me humble. And that keeps me from just trying to be right. I don't know. That one, that's a good one. Overconfidence. And as a conservative trader, this is what I want to see. I want to see price tap into the zone. Me personally, I feel even more confident when price taps into the zone and into the body of the candle, because I'm like, okay, cool. You got a good tap. You didn't just tap the wick. You actually tapped into the body. That makes me feel good. And then waiting for that close outside the zone, seeing price stay near the zone, even if it pushed down and come back up, seeing it stay near the zone helps me stay confident too, because it's like, okay, I'm close to the best. I'm still getting like close to the best price rather than something so far away or closer to my TP and far away from my zone. So wait, okay, let's see. So it tapped, it closed outside we would be in the trade. Once again, we would be in the trade. The safe people just entered. Safe people just entered. And once the safe people get their entry, that's when I feel the most confidence. And that's when you be seeing me be like, okay, once it reach here, it should be good. Sometimes once again, possibilities, it could still turn around. That's never not an option. But more times than less, once everybody in, we're usually good to go. Usually. Once it broke, we really could have got in if we was trading chart patterns. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I don't think I'm not taking a trade. I saw you guys. If I take one, it will be later after I get this breaker structure. Because I don't think we're going to get this breaker structure while I'm on here. And I got to go on to the next thing of my day. I mean, all it takes is one candle, guys. Please. It just takes one of these type of candles. If this continues down, whoever stop loss or hopped out, it just need to invalidate, because that would piss me off. Just come back to this one. But this is also on the 1 minute. I would have to look at the 5 minute. And I wouldn't be in it because there's no zone. There has to be a zone. It has to make sense. They would still be in it. If they didn't take out, we would still be in it. Because let me see. It came back. That's aggressive. This was conservative. Oh, Safe didn't get an entry. Safe didn't even get an entry. The safe people. All right, y'all, so that is the end of the video. Today was more so, we did not take this trade, but this was an example trade. We more so talked about discipline today, but if we did take this trade, we talked about the type of entries and stuff like that. We would have won. It did not hit our stop loss. It did not invalidate our zone, so we definitely would have won that. I'm trying to think because it's almost about to break this key level. So let me try to find, let me do it. Okay, that would have hit. All right, cool. This was our second opportunity. So let's see if we can find another opportunity. We did get the break of the key level. We did get the break of the trend line. The other break we need is this, but we might can find, we've been finding little setups in between, so we might find another one. If we can, let's get in it. Let's try it. Let's have price about to break structure again. So we have a new zone on the 1 minute. So once this closes, if price comes back to tap, we can get in. I'm in it. Okay, yeah, this trade we took. It's a small trade, but a trade nonetheless. We are out. And that's it. That was the trade of the day. We did it, y'all. We did it. Unfortunately, I didn't do it with them. But I told them we'll be back tomorrow. So we would get a trade with them tomorrow. Like y'all seen me do all video. We waited for a price to break structure. This candle broke this structure here, created a new low coming out of this zone here. Price came back, tapped the zone. We got in aggressively at the tap, and we aimed for a 1 to 2. That was the trade. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.